Eggs are often marketed as one of the healthiest foods you can buy. High in protein, versatile, and affordable, they've earned a permanent spot in most kitchens. But here's the truth most people never hear. Not all eggs are the same, and some of the most popular brands on store shelves are far from what they claim to be. Behind labels like farm fresh, natural, and even cage-free, many egg brands rely on industrial-scale farming practices that prioritize profit over animal welfare, nutrition, and quality. Hens are often kept in overcrowded environments, fed low-quality grain diets, and subjected to stressful conditions that directly affect the eggs they produce. What you end up buying may look like a healthy staple, but nutritionally and ethically, it can fall short. Another issue is misleading labeling. Terms such as cage-free or free roaming sound reassuring, but they don't always mean the hens had access to the outdoors or lived healthy lives. In many cases, these labels are legal loopholes that allow large producers to maintain factory-style operations while charging premium prices. Quality also suffers. Eggs from stressed, poorly fed hens often have pale yolks, weaker shells, and lower levels of beneficial nutrients like omega-3s and vitamin D. Over time, consistently choosing low-quality eggs can impact both taste and overall nutrition. In this video, we're breaking down 10 egg brands you should seriously reconsider buying based on sourcing practices, transparency, and quality concerns. No hype, no fear-mongering, just facts that help you shop smarter. If you care about what goes into your body, like this video, subscribe for more ingredient breakdowns, and turn on notifications so you never miss what brands don't want you to know. Let's start with the first brands you'll want to avoid. Egg. Brand number 1. Great Value Eggs, Walmart. Great Value Eggs are among the most widely purchased eggs in the United States, largely because of their low price and massive availability. Found in nearly every Walmart location, they appeal to budget-conscious shoppers looking for a basic staple. However, the affordability comes with serious trade-offs in quality, sourcing, and transparency. One of the biggest concerns with Great Value eggs is industrial-scale production. These eggs are typically sourced from large factory farms that house tens of thousands of hens. Even when labeled cage-free, the reality often involves crowded indoor barns where hens have limited space, minimal enrichment, and no outdoor access. Stressful living conditions directly affect egg quality. Nutrition is another issue. Hens raised in high-density environments are commonly fed low-cost grain-based diets designed for efficiency, not nutrient density. As a result, the eggs often have pale yolks, thinner shells, and lower levels of omega-3 fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins compared to eggs from pasture-raised systems. Transparency is also lacking. Great Value provides very little information about where the eggs come from, how the hens are raised, or what they are fed. Consumers are expected to trust the brand name rather than informed sourcing details. Taste and texture reflect these compromises. Many buyers report watery egg whites and bland flavor, which becomes noticeable when eggs are eaten on their own rather than mixed into recipes. While Great Value eggs may save money at checkout, they represent the most industrialized end of egg production. For shoppers who care about nutrition, animal welfare, and ingredient integrity, these eggs are a clear example of why cheaper isn't always better. Egg brand. Number 2. Eggland's Best. Eggland's Best markets itself as a premium egg brand, emphasizing nutrition, special hen diets, and consistent quality. At first glance, the branding suggests a healthier, more responsible choice. However, a closer look reveals several concerns that often go unnoticed by consumers. One major issue is marketing over transparency. Eggland's Best heavily promotes its proprietary feed and claims of enhanced nutrition, yet provides limited independent verification of how hens are raised across all supplier farms. The brand operates through a network of large-scale producers, meaning conditions can vary widely. While Eggland's Best offers cage-free options, many of their eggs still come from high-density indoor operations. Cage-free does not mean pasture-raised, and hens may never see sunlight or have access to natural behaviors like foraging. Another concern is reliance on fortified feed to boost nutritional claims. Instead of improving living conditions, the brand often focuses on adding supplements to hen diets to enhance omega-3 or vitamin content. This approach treats symptoms rather than addressing the root issue of industrial farming practices. Flavor and yolk quality are inconsistent. Some cartons deliver acceptable results, while others have pale yolks and weaker shells, indicating variability in hen health and diet. Eggland's Best also tends to command a higher price point, which can mislead consumers into assuming superior standards across the board. In reality, much of the premium pays for branding rather than meaningful differences in animal welfare. While Eggland's Best positions itself as a better choice, it still relies heavily on large-scale production systems that prioritize consistency and output over truly ethical and nutritional improvements. Egg brand number 3. Kroger eggs. Kroger eggs are a staple across many U.S. grocery stores, making them one of the most commonly purchased egg brands in the country. Their convenience and competitive pricing often make them an easy grab, but behind that accessibility lies a production system that raises several concerns about quality and sourcing. Most Kroger-branded eggs come from large-scale commercial suppliers that focus on volume and efficiency. Even when cartons are labeled cage-free, hens are typically housed in densely packed indoor facilities. These environments limit natural movement, reduce exposure to sunlight, and increase stress levels among the birds. Stress is a key factor that directly impacts egg quality. Nutritionally, these eggs often underperform. Hens raised in confined, grain-heavy feeding systems tend to produce eggs with paler yolks and lower concentrations of beneficial nutrients, such as omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D. The shells may also be thinner, increasing the likelihood of breakage. Another issue is inconsistent quality. Because Kroger sources eggs from multiple suppliers, consumers may experience noticeable variation from one carton to the next. One batch may seem acceptable, while another has watery whites or fragile shells, making reliability a concern for regular buyers. Transparency is limited. Kroger provides minimal detail about farm conditions, feed composition, or animal welfare practices beyond basic labeling. Consumers are left to interpret vague claims without meaningful context. While Kroger eggs meet basic grocery standards, they reflect the realities of mass-market egg production. For shoppers seeking consistent nutrition, better animal welfare, and richer flavor, these eggs often fall short of expectations. Egg brand number 4. Safeway/Albertsons. Store brand eggs. Safeway and Albertsons store brand eggs are widely distributed across the United States, offering affordability and convenience to millions of shoppers. Like many private label egg brands, these products rely on large commercial supply chains designed to keep costs low and shelves stocked. The primary concern lies in industrial farming practices. These eggs are commonly sourced from high-capacity facilities where hens are kept in crowded indoor environments. Even when marketed as cage-free, the conditions often involve limited space and little opportunity for natural behaviors such as dust bathing or foraging. Hen diet plays a crucial role in egg quality, and in these systems, feed is optimized for cost efficiency rather than nutritional richness. As a result, the eggs frequently have lighter-colored yolks and less robust flavor. For consumers who eat eggs regularly, this difference becomes noticeable over time. Shell quality can also be inconsistent. Thin or brittle shells increase the chance of cracks during transport and handling, which can compromise freshness before the eggs even reach the kitchen. Labeling practices add to the confusion. Terms like farm fresh and natural are often used without clear definitions, creating a false sense of quality. In reality, these phrases are marketing tools rather than indicators of superior farming standards. Safeway and Albertsons provide limited transparency about sourcing, animal welfare audits, or feed composition. Without clear information, consumers cannot easily verify claims or understand what they are supporting with their purchase. While these eggs may be convenient and affordable, they represent the same systemic issues found in much of the conventional egg industry. For those who value nutrition, consistency, and ethical considerations, they may not be the best long-term choice. Egg brand number 5. Kirkland Signature Eggs. Costco. Kirkland Signature eggs are a go-to option for shoppers who value bulk buying and perceived quality. Sold through Costco, the brand benefits from strong consumer trust and competitive pricing. However, when it comes to egg production standards and consistency, Kirkland Signature eggs raise several concerns that often go unnoticed. The primary issue lies in scale. Kirkland eggs are sourced from large commercial producers that prioritize volume. Even when cartons are labeled cage-free, hens are commonly housed in expansive indoor barns with limited space per bird. These environments restrict natural behaviors and increase stress, which directly affects egg quality. Nutrition is another weak point. Hens raised in high-density systems are typically fed uniform grain-based diets designed for efficiency. This results in eggs with paler yolks, and lower levels of beneficial nutrients compared to eggs from pasture-based systems. While the eggs meet basic nutritional standards, they rarely exceed them. Consistency is also a concern. Because Costco sources from multiple suppliers to meet national demand, egg quality can vary from batch to batch. Some cartons may seem acceptable, while others contain eggs with watery whites or fragile shells. Transparency remains limited. Kirkland provides minimal details about farm-level practices, outdoor access, or animal welfare audits. The brand relies heavily on Costco's reputation, rather than clear, verifiable sourcing information. Taste and texture reflect these compromises. When eaten plainly, the eggs often lack richness and depth of flavor, making them better suited for large-scale cooking rather than quality-focused meals. While Kirkland Signature eggs offer value and convenience, they still reflect the limitations of industrial egg production. For consumers seeking better nutrition, consistency, and ethical sourcing, these eggs may not align with those priorities. Egg brand number 6, the Happy Egg Company. The Happy Egg Company markets itself as a higher quality alternative, emphasizing humane treatment, outdoor access, and happier hens. With bright packaging and positive messaging, it stands out from conventional egg brands. However, the reality behind the branding is more complex. One major concern is marketing-driven perception. While the Happy Egg Company promotes outdoor access, the amount of space and time hens spend outside can vary significantly depending on farm and location. In some cases, outdoor areas may be limited or underutilized, especially during colder months. Another issue is scale. Despite its wholesome image, the Happy Egg Company operates at a national level, supplying large retailers across the U.S. This scale makes it difficult to maintain truly small farm conditions, and many operations resemble large commercial systems with added outdoor components. Nutrition claims are also worth examining. While the brand highlights superior taste and yolk color, these attributes can be influenced by feed additives rather than genuinely diverse diets. A darker yolk does not always equal better nutrition. Price adds another layer of concern. The Happy Egg Company is often priced significantly higher than conventional eggs, leading consumers to assume a major quality upgrade. In practice, the difference may not justify the premium for all buyers. Transparency is partial. While the brand shares general welfare principles, detailed data about feed composition, stocking density, and third-party audits is limited. Consumers must rely on trust rather than comprehensive information. The Happy Egg Co. occupies a gray area between industrial and truly pasture-based egg production. While it may improve on conventional systems, it still falls short of the standards many consumers expect from a premium-priced product. Egg brand number 7, Vital Farms. Eggs. Vital Farms. Eggs are often seen as a gold standard in grocery stores, largely because of their strong branding around pasture-raised practices and animal welfare. While the company has helped push better conversations about egg sourcing, there are still reasons why some consumers may want to look more closely before buying. One key concern is scale versus perception. Vital Farms has grown rapidly and now works with hundreds of partner farms to meet national demand. While pasture-raised standards are part of their model, maintaining consistent conditions across such a wide network can be challenging. Not all farms operate identically, which can lead to variations in egg quality. Outdoor access is another area that deserves scrutiny. Although hens are allowed pasture access, the actual time spent outdoors can vary depending on weather, region, and farm management. During colder months or unfavorable conditions, outdoor activity may be limited, reducing the benefits consumers expect from pasture-raised systems. Nutrition claims also warrant attention. While Vital Farms emphasizes richer yolks and better nutrition, these outcomes are influenced by carefully controlled feed programs. Feed supplementation can improve yolk color and nutrient profiles, but it does not always reflect a fully natural foraging diet. Price is another major factor. Vital Farms eggs are among the most expensive options in grocery stores. Many consumers assume the high price guarantees superior quality in every carton, but variability between batches can make the value inconsistent. Transparency is better than most mainstream brands, but still selective. While general welfare standards are shared publicly, detailed data on stocking density, feed ratios, and third-party audit outcomes are not always easily accessible. Vital Farms represents a step forward compared to conventional eggs, but for some buyers, the gap between branding, price, and consistent quality may raise questions about long-term value. Egg brand number 8, Trader Joe's cage-free eggs. Trader Joe's cage-free eggs are popular because of the retailer's strong reputation for curated products and ethical sourcing. Many shoppers assume that Trader Joe's private label eggs automatically meet higher standards, but this assumption deserves a closer look. The biggest issue lies in what cage-free actually means. Cage-free hens are not kept in individual cages, but they are often housed in large indoor barns with limited space per bird. These environments can still be crowded, noisy, and stressful, which negatively impacts hen health and egg quality. Diet quality is another concern. Hens producing Trader Joe's cage-free eggs are typically fed grain-based diets designed for consistency and cost control. Without access to pasture or diverse foraging, the resulting eggs may lack the nutrient density found in eggs from pasture-raised systems. Consistency can also be a problem. Trader Joe's sources eggs from multiple suppliers across regions, which can lead to noticeable variation in yolk color, shell strength, and freshness. One carton may perform well, while another feels underwhelming. Transparency is limited. Trader Joe's is known for minimal labeling and avoids detailed sourcing disclosures. While this aligns with their brand style, it leaves consumers without clear insight into farm conditions, animal welfare audits, or feed standards. Price positioning adds another layer. Trader Joe's cage-free eggs are often priced slightly higher than standard grocery eggs, creating an impression of superior quality. In reality, the difference may not be substantial enough to justify the premium for shoppers seeking meaningful improvements. While Trader Joe's cage-free eggs are convenient and widely trusted, they still reflect many of the limitations of large-scale egg production and may not meet expectations for those prioritizing nutrition and ethical sourcing. Egg brand number 9. Nellie's free-range eggs. Nellie's free-range eggs are often marketed as a more ethical and wholesome option, emphasizing free-range living and humane treatment. The branding suggests happy hens, open spaces, and better quality eggs. However, the reality behind the label is more nuanced than it appears on the carton. The term free-range itself is a major source of confusion. While it sounds reassuring, free-range only requires minimal outdoor access. In many cases, hens may technically have access to the outdoors, but choose not to use it due to overcrowding, weather conditions, or poorly designed outdoor areas. This limits the benefits consumers expect when paying a premium. Scale is another concern. Nellie's sources eggs from multiple medium to large farms to meet regional demand. As production scales up, maintaining consistent living conditions becomes difficult. Not all farms operate at the same standard, which can lead to noticeable variation in egg quality. Nutrition is often assumed to be superior, but free-range status does not guarantee a diverse diet. Many hens still rely heavily on commercial feed rather than natural foraging. As a result, yolk color and nutrient density can be inconsistent across cartons. Price plays a significant role in perception. Nellie's eggs are typically priced much higher than conventional options, creating an expectation of exceptional quality. When consumers encounter pale yolks or average flavor, the value proposition begins to feel weak. Egg brand number 10. Pete and Gerry's Organic Eggs. Pete and Gerry's Organic Eggs position themselves as a top-tier choice, combining organic certification with animal welfare messaging. On the surface, this combination appears to check all the right boxes. However, organic labeling does not automatically equate to superior egg quality or ethical perfection. One of the biggest misconceptions is organic equals pasture-raised, which is not the case. Organic standards focus primarily on feed quality and prohibit certain chemicals, but they do not guarantee meaningful outdoor access or low stocking densities. Many organic hens are still raised in large indoor barns. Scale is again a limiting factor. Pete and Gerry's operates through a network of partner farms to supply national retailers. While this helps meet demand, it introduces variability in farm practices, hen health, and egg quality. Feed quality may be organic, but it is still often grain-heavy and optimized for production efficiency. Without consistent access to pasture, hens miss out on natural foraging that contributes to richer nutrient profiles. Flavor and texture can vary. Some cartons deliver rich yolks and firm whites, while others feel indistinguishable from lower-priced eggs. This inconsistency makes it difficult for consumers to rely on the brand for consistent results. Not all eggs are created equal, and marketing labels often hide more than they reveal. So what should you actually buy instead? Healthy alternative. Number 1. Handsome Brook Farms. Pasture-raised eggs. Handsome Brook Farms has built its reputation around one core principle: transparency. Unlike many egg brands that rely on vague claims, Handsome Brook Farms provides clear sourcing information and verifiable standards that distinguish it from industrial-scale producers. These eggs are genuinely pasture-raised, meaning hens are given consistent access to outdoor pasture where they can roam, forage, and engage in natural behaviors. Nutrition is one of the strongest advantages here. Pasture-raised eggs from handsome Brook farms tend to contain higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and antioxidants compared to conventional eggs. The improvement isn't due to artificial feed fortification alone. It's largely the result of a natural, diverse diet. Another key strength is independent auditing. Handsome Brook Farms works with third-party inspectors to verify animal welfare standards. This reduces the risk of marketing exaggeration and gives consumers confidence that claims are backed by real oversight. Consistency is also notable. While no large-scale operation is perfect, Handsome Brook Farms maintains tighter supplier controls than most national brands. Healthy alternative number 2. Egg Innovations. Pasture-raised eggs. Egg Innovations is another brand that sets itself apart by prioritizing pasture-based farming over industrial efficiency. Their approach focuses on smaller flock sizes, outdoor access, and farm-level accountability, factors that directly influence egg quality. Hens raised by Egg Innovations spend a significant portion of their lives outdoors, where they can forage naturally. This environment supports better hen health, reduced stress, and more nutrient-dense eggs. The difference is visible immediately in yolk color, shell strength, and texture. Nutrition is a major advantage. Eggs from pasture-raised systems like Egg Innovations typically contain higher omega-3 levels and better fat composition compared to eggs from confined hens. These benefits come from real-world conditions, not marketing-driven feed manipulation. Egg Innovations also emphasizes traceability. Consumers can access information about sourcing and farming practices, which helps eliminate uncertainty. This level of openness is rare in the egg industry and signals a stronger commitment to long-term quality. Consistency is another strong point. Because Egg Innovations works with carefully selected farms rather than massive supplier networks, quality variation is minimized. These differences show up not just in ethics, but in taste, texture, and nutritional value. Being a smarter shopper doesn't mean buying the most expensive product. It means understanding what you're actually paying for. When you choose eggs from transparent, pasture-focused brands, you support better farming practices and get a better product in return. If this breakdown helped you rethink what's in your grocery cart, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future ingredient deep dives.